This topic is fractions and decimal numbers conversion. That's converting from decimal to fractions and from fractions to decimal. First, we have this. We have 1 over 2. Converting 1 over 2 from a fraction to a decimal. So 1 is on top and 2 is below. So if you are using long division, which is the best to use in this case, you have your 1 inside and your 2 outside, because it's the 2 that is dividing the 1. We have 2 in 1. 2 in 1. 1 is smaller than 2. You know your 2 times table. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. And down that way. 2 can't go in 1 because 1 is smaller than 2. The first multiple of 2 is 2 and 1 is smaller. So in this case, at the beginning, you put a 0 point. You have 0 point. Immediately you put the 0 point, you increase this 1 to 10. You add a 0 to it. So you have 2 in 10. 2 in 10 is 5 because 2 times 5 is 10. So you have your 5 here. You have 2 times 5, 10. That means for you to get this 10, you need 2 times 5 to get 10. So you write the 5 here. And the result of multiplying 2 by 5, you write it under 10, then you subtract. 0 minus 0 is dot. 1 minus 1 is dot. Our answer to 1 over 2 from a fraction to decimal is 0.5. The second question is 1 over 4. Convert 1 over 4 from a fraction to a decimal. So we have 1 inside and 4 outside. 1 is on top and 4 is below. So the 4 that is dividing 1 will be outside. Then the 1 will be on this side. And since 4 is bigger than 1, so we'll add a 0 point. Then we increase this 1 to 10. We know our 4 times table is 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. The closest to 10 is 8 because the next number is 12, which is bigger than 10. So we use 4 times 2, which is 8. We need to multiply 4 times 2 to get 8. So we use 2. Then you have your 8 under the 10. That's subtracting the result of multiplying 2 by 4. You write it here. Then 0 in 8 is impossible. You borrow 1 from here. You make it 10. It's still 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. So we have this 2 here. Then you can say 4 into 2 is smaller than 4. You have to increase this. Immediately you have a decimal, you don't need to add anything to add the 0. Just include your 0 here. 4 can go in 20, or 20 divided by 4 is 5. 5 times 4 is 20. We'll write our 5 here. Then the result of 5 times 4, that is 20, we'll write it under this. Then you subtract. 20 minus 20 is dot dot. So converting 1 over 4 to decimal is 0.25. That's our answer. Let's include this question. What if we have 1 divided by 50? How do we solve it? 1 is inside and 50 is outside. 1 can't go in 50, so we have to add a 0 to it. And by adding a 0, we have to add a 0 point to the top. So you have 10. 10 is still smaller than 50. So we have to add another 0 to make it 100. But while adding this 0, we have to add another 0 to this. At this point, because you've not done any division yet. If you've done any division like this question, you can add the 0 to the number below without adding 0 to the top. But at this point, since we have not done any division yet, you add a 0 to it. And 50 can go in 100. 50 in 100 is 2. So you have 2 here, then 2 times 50 is 100. Then you subtract 0 minus 0, 0 minus 0 is dot, and 1 minus 1 is dot. So our answer to 1 over 50 is 0.02. Next is converting from decimals to fractions. We have 0.5. 0.5 in fraction is 5 over 10. All you have to do is just move this decimal from in front of this 5. If you move it once, it will be 10. If you move it 2 times, it will be 100. You keep adding zeros to the number of times you move it to the back of the last digit that forms the number. So we have this as 5 over 10. We can cut it to the lowest term. 5 can go in 5. 5 in 5, 1. 5 divided by 10 is 2. So 0.5 as a fraction to the lowest term is 1 over 2. We can also say it's 5 over 10. We call this in math equivalent fractions. So for these, 0.5 is 1 over 2. The next question is 0.25. So we have 0.25. 0.25 as a fraction. Since you want the decimal behind the last digit of the number, we go 1, 2. You move 2 steps. So it's 25 over, since you move 2 steps, it will be over 100. We can cut this down to the lowest term. We can just say 25 in 25, 1. 25 in 100 is 4. But for those that might struggle with it, you can still go 5 here, 5. 5 in 100 is 20. 5 can still go in both of them. 5 in 5, 1. 5 in 20, 4. So we have it as 1 over 4. So 0.25 as a fraction is 1 over 4.